Go live when I was talking. Yeah, buddy. Happy Friday. All right, we're going to give away some socks. We're going to announce the next socks. We're going to just receive beautiful, fantastic energy that I'm sending out to you. Soak it in, take it all in. It's time to get your motivation on for the day. Yeah, I really was. I was live for like 3 minutes talking without anyone here. So that was really cool. Okay. So let's see. We'll do the sock giveaway first. So I give away socks every Friday. You do not have to be on here to get the socks. You simply just have to share any of my videos or my sock post and then just type shared. It helps me see that you shared. A lot of you have privacy settings set up so that I can tell someone shared, but I can't see your name. So please type shared. That helps me out. So you get socks, and then you also get my light kind of messes with my thing. You get a freebie session with moi, with my blocked emotions energy healing. We release trapped emotions from your past. We realign your body. We fix your soul. We remove toxins. We do all sorts of things. Plus, you get a Healy ran on you during that time. It's just fantastic. Good morning, Michelle. Okay, so socks that I gave away this week are these really cool ones. And once again, my light is jacking with jacking. It's jacking with the color. You can't see it so well. But if I do this, you can. See, it's kind of dark without my light on. And you still can't see it. Okay, technology. Let's turn this light back on. So the winner of these, you're Terry Sanderbeck. You are the winner. So yay. Congratulations. I think that it's appropriate to give away another set of March socks. So next Friday, good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Maurice. We'll be giving away these. They're super cute too. They got little luckies on them, little clovers. So that's going to be posted today. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a really cool story. This is something that happened to moi that was totally kind of crazy. And I had a moment yesterday where everything just sort of came together and I realized what it was all about. Okay. So we all love story time. Probably like 7 months ago, my grandma was giving away some stuff, like some really cool little wood things that my grandpa had made. And so she had all of the grandkids come to her house so you could pick out which one you wanted because my grandpa passed away a while ago. And so while I was at her house, she had a whole bunch of stuff out of her closet. I don't know what she was doing, but she had this gigantic vase. And there was just something about the vase that I was like, oh, right. Just a little bit of a attachment, listen to your intuition. And I said, what are you doing with this? And she's like, throwing it away. And I was like, oh, can I have it? And she said, sure. I'm just tossing it. And so I took the vase. I really didn't know anything about it. And then she did mention to me, she's like, oh, so-and-so made this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. And still, I really didn't pay attention. I just thought it looked pretty cool. A lot of my house I have decorated in like kind of primitive style, home, like primitive decor, which is not really reminiscent of my reflection of my shelf back there because that's all like redone stuff. But anywho, so I bring this vase home and I put it up. I have huge vaulted ceilings in my kitchen. So I put it up above my cupboard and it just doesn't feel right. And so for a minute, I'm like, is this thing like possessed? Like, I'm not really sure. Why am I picking up kind of a weird vibe off of this vase? I didn't really think anything of it. Christmas came and I removed all my stuff off the top of my cupboards because I put up gingerbread houses at Christmas time. So I took the vase down, I brought it in to my office. And then I had started setting up my office to do in-person sessions now that COVID is kind of getting a little calmer. And so the vase sat in here. And I still like was getting this like impression off of it that like something is just with the vase, but I don't really know. And then I started to realize what was going on. I did a session with one of my cousins who is also from the same side of the family. And immediately during the session, I had the impression of I knew what was going on with the vase, which was kind of weird. So I told her about it. So then she starts going through online some family genealogy type stuff. And she's like, oh my gosh, I just found the vase in a picture. So I was like, okay. And this particular cousin had been to the woman's house. So this is my we called her Aunt Leola. This is my Aunt Leola, and I don't really remember her, but my cousin used to take care of her yard. So her memories are a little more vivid of her than mine. And so my cousin was like, "Oh, that vase." I was telling her about the vase. She's like, "The vase sat in her front room, and it was." And I said, was it full of peacock feathers? And she said, yes. And I was like, aha. So I realized the problem that I was having with the vase was it was missing the peacock feathers. Now, in the work that I do with energy healing and connections, there are lots of times when I'm working on someone and there's a loved one on the other side that wants to connect. And so I'm very in tune with people on the other side and the abilities that they have to send us energies and to help us and this, that, and the other. So I started putting together what was going on with the vase. Well, then I had an impression that I needed to go to this little cute store that we have. I've never even been to it, but someone mentioned it to me the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go there. I don't know why. I just need to go there. So I take my 20-year-old with me, and he's like, what are we doing in here? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, what do you mean you don't know? So this is like a earthly awakening shop, right? So it's kind of a little more naturalistic than I'm kind of in between there. I'm not like full blown on the whole holistic side, but I'm kind of somewhere in the happy middle, I would say. So anyway, I'm in this shop and I said, I don't know, but we're going to find something and it's going to call out and we need it. And he's like, okay. So we're walking around the store aimlessly. I'm looking and I'm seeing all these like really cool gems, so I buy a couple because they're just cool looking, but nothing is calling out to me, but I have no idea what I'm looking for. And so we keep walking around and then suddenly my son says, ooh, this one's really cool. And I look at it and I see it and I know, and it's like, this is it. And I was like, you found it. And he's like, what? So we buy the stone and I'll show it to you in a second. And then I bring it home. And then once again, it all starts coming together. So now, yesterday, when I got everything that I was supposed to have that's associated with this vase, then the last piece came together. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So here we go. All right, now I'm going to tell you all the pieces. Everyone knows that I have an infatuation with Alice in Wonderland. I really don't know for sure how that all came about, other than when my baby girl was passing away, someone gave me an Alice in Wonderland book, like a kid's version of an Alice in Wonderland book. And I read it to her every day over and over again, and she loved it. And so I became attached to Alice in Wonderland. And then I started realizing how many beautiful quotes there are from Alice in Wonderland and just the whole in-depth of the storyline. If you really get past I watched it as a Disney movie as a kid, and you actually get into the storyline of so many beautiful things that are associated with Alice in Wonderland. So as I put everything together, then it absolutely all comes to me. All right. So I start looking at this woman's genealogy. I start finding pictures of her because it was her vase and she actually made it. And this woman has total resting witch face. And so I have to love her right away, because every photo that I find of this woman, she looks like she's about ready to kill someone. And I'm just like, I feel you. I feel you. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Kelly. And so here's what all came together. So here it is. This is the vase. She made it. It's really super cool. I'm going to grab it. I'll probably kill myself in doing so, but you got to see it. So it weighs a ton because it's handmade, but you can't really see. Look at how cool this is. Okay. So this is the vase that I find at my grandma's that I have no idea what I need it for, but I just had to have it. It was missing the peacock feathers. And if you're like, why do you need peacock feathers? So this lady who is my aunt or is part of my grandma's line, she owned peacocks and she lived in the same town that I live in now, actually up the street from where my house is, which is really cool because ancestral speaking, the house that I live in now, when I'm looking out my window, I can see my whole family's farm that they had. And so when my grandma comes to my house, she's always like, "Oh, this view of the mountains is absolutely the view of my childhood." And my mom used to play in the field where my house is now. It's just really cool. So she had peacocks running all over her yard. So she was directing me on the things that I needed so that I could have my higher self awakening so that it could help me when I'm doing my energy healing sessions. And so she directed me for the vase, started with the vase, then I got the peacock feathers. Now, when I went to get the peacock feathers, this is the funny part is I was like, "Oh, right, I can buy peacock feathers anywhere." No. I have the impression they have to be real. You can't do fake peacock feathers. So then I'm like, where am I going to get real peacock feathers, right? And I'm almost having this argument with this ancestor, and she was adamant that these freaking peacock feathers are real. So then Dave's like, we're going to have to buy peacocks. And I'm like, I'm not buying peacocks. I'm not buying peacocks, right? I have a dog. I'm not buying peacocks. So luckily I went on Etsy and I found someone that sells real peacocks, and I actually bought some and they weren't the right ones, and I put them in there and she wasn't happy. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me, because I bought some and they weren't long enough. So then I had to go buy more peacock feathers, but I had to buy some. You can see the ones with the eyes, but you can see some like this one. This is a piece off the side of the tail. And I had to have the right peacock feathers. So then I got them yesterday. I put them in the vase and I was like, that's it. It's perfect. She's happy, right? And I get chills and it's crazy. So here's the second part. The stone that my son found that I was like, that's it. Initially, I didn't realize what that was all about either until I got it home. So here it is. And I know it's going to be hard for you to see. Okay. This is a peacock stone. So it's this beautiful kind of turquoise color, and it is got gold all over it. The peacock stone, I needed it as part of the connection with the vase and the peacock feathers. Now, here's where it all came together. Yesterday, when I put it all together, I realized that she goes by Leola, but her name is Alice. And that was it. That was my final connection. And I was like, overwhelmed with the beauty of just receiving that inspiration and receiving that tender mercy from the other side, and understanding that not only has this woman connected with me for some reason to help heal people or whatever that may be, but that there was a connection with my baby girl there too. And she, was involved in like this whole putting all these pieces together. And so I'm sharing this with you because sometimes we have to get past the thought of we're just here and we're just physical and we're just surviving. Good morning, Shelly. And when you take a moment and you can relax and do the whole technique that I show you where you relax your shoulders and you breathe and you just start letting these tender little mercies in, and you start feeling things and you start living on a whole different level than where you are now. Beautiful things can happen where, you go to make a decision, and before, when you make a decision, you're just so stressed out of your mind. You learn how to relax and you learn how to use your higher self, and you open that channel so that when you have a problem and you relax and you breathe and you quiet your mind, the solution pops into your head, and it's the right one, because that's your subconscious communicating to you saying, this is the decision that is the most beneficial for you. And it's beautiful. And you stop fighting with yourself. You stop fighting with yourself. You stop living on a physical level. You start vibrating on a higher plane. And ultimately, when you do that, what happens, right? Laws of nature. You start attracting beautiful things that are vibrating on the same level as you back. So I had to share that story with you. Oh, yes. Well, now, see? Oh my gosh, I'm glad. That's so cool. Marie knew her. Yes, she lives down the road from me. So, anyway, I wish that I could remember her or had some thought about meeting her, but it is funny that every picture that I see, she looks so mean. So, I mean, that'll probably be my next thing is talking with people that knew her to kind of get a little more idea of her personality. But anyways, okay, guys. So once again, if you share both, Amber, so both your subconscious, you can connect and speak with your subconscious as well, but also your ancestors can talk to you too. And that is, they're kind of two separate different things. And yeah, yes, you can tell, like you can tell which one you're connected to. You can tell which one your inspiration is coming from. But yes, it's both. It's both. You have the ability to work with your subconscious. Your subconscious is more, gonna help you with stuff, but I would say, how am I trying to say this? Your subconscious knows everything that you need to do. Your ancestors can absolutely help you to open that channel between your cognitive mind and your subconscious. And yes, you can also, if you listen, if you're quiet enough, if you get in tune with yourself, if you vibrate on a specific level, then yes, you can speak with them as well. All right. Okay. You guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. It's Friday, rocking it. Congratulations. Where are you? Terry, you are the winner of the socks. I will message you. Also, I know that I owe some people socks. If you happen to be on here, can you message me which ones you won if you remember? Because I accidentally lost my piece of paper. And Lisa, you are peanut butter and jelly socks, right? I haven't made it to the post office because we've been in quarantine. So, but I will be shipping soon because we made it. I'm going to say we made it. We're almost done. I think we have 2 days left. No one in the family got any symptoms. So #gratitude. Super good. Okay. I know you want to try the Healy. I'm taking a test today and someone is calling me. I'm taking a test today, but I am going to run the Healy so I don't have anxiety. See you later, Gators.